Well, happy what's today? Thursday. Happy Thursday, right? I think we're just 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. Good old Turkey Day. Every Thursday, you guys already know I'll be going live on YouTube. So I definitely hope you guys enjoy today's quick little video. Again, I'm not gonna be with anyone today. It'll just be me. I know you guys enjoy seeing my face. Anyways, I'm actually on the rooftop right now, and I just want to show you guys what we have going on. Show you guys also the materials we use, how we get it down, and how we go to town. All right, one of my good buddies right now. We were just talking up here on the roof, and he said, "What'd you say, Junior?"
Clean out your grime while one solar shine.
There we go. There we go. All right. So I think you guys you guys heard it. If you didn't hear it, you're gonna be hearing this new slogan. All right. Make sure you guys clean all your grime with all one solar shine. All right. I'll turn the camera around that way you guys can see the artist to that slogan right there. Say what's up, Junior.
What's up?
All right. So Junior made that right there. So while we have the camera over here on Junior, so we have obviously I've talked about this before. Let me show you guys real quick. What do we work with? That handsome old bald guy right there. Okay, it's Mr. Birdman, Mr. Solar Clean. He definitely supplies both the bird mesh and the bird spikes. Okay, and obviously for those of you who don't know, he's in Palmdale, Lancaster area, but All One Solar Shine has teamed up with him, and we have this material in stock out here in Gilroy and in Sacramento. So for those of you that are closer to us, you guys can definitely get your material, his material from us. That way you don't have to either pay his shipping fees from Palmdale, or you don't have to make the drive all the way out there and save you on that gas. So as always, we got right here, what do we have for bird proofing? We have good old Spanish cutout mesh. Okay, you guys can see how it's cut out to fit the Spanish tile. And then we also have the bird spikes, and then we have our regular 8-inch mesh, right? Both are galvanized PVC coated 1/2-inch squares. So for those of you that are watching, if you don't know, you need to make sure you know what you're working with, that we can explain it to your homeowners. They should be asking questions, and if they don't, throw that education out there anyways. Okay, when you guys get your box of spikes from Solar Clean, he's also going to throw in a tube of glue. Okay, so I'll show you guys right here. I know I've done a video on this before, but this is live action. Nothing beats live action, right? For those of you who watched Little Mermaid, going from cartoon to live action, I mean, hey, there's a big difference. So we got good old Junior. He's in the Gorilla Grip gloves right there. All right, so we got the glue goes in a caulking gun. We just do 3 dabs, one on the outside, one on the middle, and then one on the outside again. So those 3 dabs will definitely hold these spikes in place. We'll be doing this entire ridge line, and then that ridge line over there. Okay. So bird spikes are always going to be optional for those of you who are watching, and for those of you who want to educate your homeowners. When it comes to bird spikes, it definitely helps in getting these birds off the roof entirely. Okay, it definitely helps with telling the message and getting that message across to these stubborn birds, saying, hey, we want you gone, we want you to leave, we want you to leave now. So as the birds come, because for those of you who have either never done bird proofing or are learning about it, the moment we leave, the birds are going to come right back onto the roof. Okay, the moment we leave. I mean, there's been times where if I'm on one side of the roof, birds are already on the roof on the other side. They're that stubborn. So the reason why I tell my homeowners then is just, hey, this has been their nest, this has been their home for who knows how long, who knows how many birds were born here, they hatched here. They're always going to come back to their home. So to really help solve the problem, I recommend the mesh and the spikes, or you can just do mesh only if you want to deal with it and let the birds leave naturally, which they do. You don't have to spike it, but I always recommend let's do both together. That way you tag team it with both materials, and you get the birds out of there a lot faster. All right, so right now in this job, what we did is we did both the mesh, the bird proofing around the panels, the spikes, and the gutter cleaning. Okay, the gutter cleaning, which is all the home in general, the first story, the second story, both front and back gutters, everything. So that way we're able to really help this home right here and really get it back up to the condition that it should be in, right? Got a couple questions, got a couple comments here. So, good morning. I'm in the beginning of starting my solar panel cleaning business. I was recently laid off of SunPower, so I know the demand and I love it. Your videos have been very helpful. You are appreciated. Dirty D, I don't know your name, but I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the comment, appreciate the support and the motivation and those words that you're saying, and then also the feedback and then just support by watching. You know, I do this for all of you guys right there, so that way you guys can, you guys can really get this education, and not just keep the education, but also spread the education from yourself to the homeowner. Okay, I'm all about educating, and I've been able to really gain a lot of trust and confidence from homeowners because of that. You know, they either ask about certain questions, or maybe they don't ask a certain question, but hey, I still throw that information out there, and that leads to other questions, that leads to closing the sale. So you guys really need to educate. Dirty D, we're actually right now, we're in Gilroy, we're based out of Gilroy, but we definitely service the entire South Bay area. So you and I definitely both service relatively the same area. But hey, there's plenty for everyone, bro. So, you know, I work together with a lot of people. There's no competition. As long as we can all just take care of the market and price accordingly, I just that's all I ask for, man. You know, as long as we can all price accordingly, no lowballing, no, just doing some dodgy, sketchy stuff. Let's keep this market safe. Let's work together. Like I said earlier, in this video, for example, Dirty D, if you don't want to drive out to Palmdale and get this bird mesh and these bird spikes, hit me up. I got them right here in Gilroy, and I'm also in Sacramento. So for those of you that are also in the Sacramento area, Davis, Lincoln, Roseville, Folsom area, all that stuff, you guys also can reach out to me and get your material. Oh, so Derek. All right, Derek. Appreciate it, brother. Will saying, what do you say when people say that their company comes out and cleans the panels? I say, when's the last time they've been out here? Okay, I literally ask them that. So I've actually had some people saying, oh yeah, my contract includes maintenance. Okay, I say, well, what does that maintenance look like? Does that maintenance include cleaning the panels? Does that maintenance include, bird proofing? Does that maintenance include these other things that we do? And a lot of times it doesn't. The maintenance is just going to be checking on the panels and checking on the panels on their output. Okay, checking the panels of what they're producing, or maybe even working on the inverter. But to my knowledge, unless things have changed since I've done my research, solar panel installing companies are not also providing the cleaning. Okay, if they do provide the cleaning, then they are subbing it out. For example, Tesla does. I've actually had a few homeowners say, this is what happens. They'd call me and be like, hey, I just got a text message from Tesla saying my panels are due for cleaning, and the company that they recommended in that text message weren't in their area. So they did a Google search, they found me, they called me, and that's how they were able to get it done, right? So I'm hearing that Tesla, for example, is sending out the text messages saying that your panels are due for cleaning. I personally have teamed up with a couple other installers. I've also have teamed up with a couple other home builders as well, so that way whenever they need this service, then they know who to call. So those are definitely great avenues for you guys to get out there, and it's all about partnerships, working together. Okay, so definitely drop a comment, drop a like, share this message. I definitely appreciate all of you guys that are watching. Okay, so yeah, so Derek, from what Derek has stated in previous comments for Will, I know you guys, I know you're both watching. I know Derek in his previous comments, like I was saying, he actually worked for SunPower. I don't know how long ago, but I don't know for how long either. But he just stated right now in his comment that SunPower does not provide any cleaning at all. So these are good moments. Some installers, I've actually called multiple installers, and some don't even want to partner up for whatever reason. They don't even want to consider offering cleaning or partner up with cleaning. So it's just a matter of just, hey, it is what it is. But definitely exposure, guys. All right, for both of you that are watching, definitely get that exposure out there. If people don't know you exist, they can't call you. Okay, just like Junior says, if people don't know that we can't take off the grime, then they won't call all one solar shine. Right, Junior? Yeah. All right. So let's turn this camera on again for those of you watching. So over here, what do we have going on? We have bird proofing going on, okay? So like I said, our bird proofing is cut so it fits in between the valleys when it's on Spanish style roofs. Right here, this is a really good one. So I'm gonna show you guys what we did here. I got a piece right here. All right, so for those of you watching, and this is a really good one, so definitely hit that like button, please. For those of you watching, you want the mesh, okay, I'm trying to get a little closer. You want the mesh to be in this panel right here. You have this groove right here, which is great. It really helps. So you can put the mesh in that groove and it'll sit nicely. If it doesn't have this groove, because you know, depending on the manufacturer of the panels, it'll be different. The mesh will just sit flush to right here. But you're gonna put the mesh right there in that groove. That way it's nice and tight. You're gonna be in the third square down, inserting your clips. And then as you bend it down, okay, it's gonna be nice and tight and flush to the roof line. All right, we haven't put our zip ties yet, so just don't mind this. Right now what we do is we clip it all first, we clip it down, and then we'll be adding in the zip ties where these sections overlap, because remember we do 5-foot sections of bird mesh. We don't do rolls, okay? But what I wanted to point here is you want to make sure when you're installing the mesh that you have the right size, okay? Birdman sells 6-inch mesh, which is going to be basically this mesh right here. It's 6 inches from the bottom to the top. I don't know how many squares that is. What is that, 12? Because these are 1/2-inch squares. And then he also sells the 8-inch mesh, okay? I only carry the 8-inch mesh. Why? Because that's just what I really use all the time. Very rarely am I gonna use a 6-inch mesh. If I do, then I just take this 8-inch and I cut it down, okay? But why did I cut this mesh down? Because I needed to make my 8-inch, if you guys can see that, let me see if I can find it right there. That looks a little better. I took my 8-inch and that made it wider, okay? So now it's more like a 11-inch mesh, okay? Why did I have to do this? Because of these panels, like I just stated, all right? These panels are too high off the roof, leaving too much of a gap where my 8-inch wasn't gonna fit, giving me this nice crisp fold and making it nice and tight to the roof line so that birds don't get in. So you guys need to understand these tips and tricks, and that's why I'm here. You know, that's definitely why I want to make sure I'm doing this to educate. And like I said, I mean, here's a great example. Derek right now is live on this feed. We both service San Jose, and you know, I definitely want to help him out because I know in the long run it'll definitely pay off. All right. So for everyone else that's watching, make sure you guys have the right material. Make sure you also have the right knowledge and expertise on how to install this material, okay? The last thing you want to do is use the wrong size mesh and it's not properly secured, and now you have an issue where the birds are going to come in, okay? So I showed you guys Junior. You guys have seen before my boy Daniel over here. All right, Daniel's been with us for quite some time now, almost going on a year, and he's definitely picked up really quick. So what he's doing right here is, you guys can see when you're cutting all this out, you know, I've stated this in other videos, if you guys ever use that graphing paper in school, you know, just go off those squares, count the squares. That way you know exactly where to cut, how much to cut, because you're going to be cutting around all these funny things right here, okay? You don't want to be leaving any holes or gaps. For example, something like this, okay? You cut right around this frame right here so that this frame fits through the mesh. Obviously, you know, my finger fits, but there's not a pigeon that's going to be smaller than a finger. So that's extremely acceptable, super okay. The rule of thumb is your fist, okay? If your fist can fit through it, and I would even probably call a female's fist, because, you know, some of these guys out here in the industry got some pretty big fists. So just a good size fist. If the fist fits through it, then a bird is gonna fit through it. All right, so that's basically the rule of thumb. So you really want to keep those gaps to a minimum. That way you guys can properly secure everything and not have to keep going back as always, time is money. The more times you have to go back to fix the issue, the less money you're making. All right. Let's just quickly again. So Derek said, so he worked for SunPower almost 2 years. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, obviously we'll be staying safe, brother. So yeah, so as we're on the roof right here, this is a pretty simple roof right now. Let me show you guys again the roof. I mean, you know, it's nothing too crazy, nothing too steep. Kind of in the neighborhood that I'm at, there's really nothing beyond what we call unsafe. Unsafe meaning, you know, extremely just sketchy. I've said it before though, for all of you watching, for those of you that are new, if you guys are new to the industry, if you are automatically feeling, you know, this is kind of sketchy, and you have that gut feeling or you have that doubt, throw on the harness. Okay, you do not want to be working on a roof having that gut feeling or having that doubt, because you're just gonna now that's always gonna be in the back of your head, and thinking too much about it is gonna lead to a trip, a fall. It's gonna lead to just, you know, being insecure about yourself and uncomfortable. And that's the last thing you want to be doing, is feeling uncomfortable on the roof. Put that harness on, strap yourself down. Unfortunately, this house, there's no chimney, so we wouldn't be able to anchor ourselves to a chimney. But take a look around. What do you have on opposite sides of the house? Do you have a column? Do you have a pillar? Do you have a gate? Park your van in the front. Okay. Oops. Park your van in the front and anchor to the van. All right. This one has like a detached garage in the back, so you can even anchor to that trailer's rim. Okay, you're not gonna be pulling a rim off the trailer if you fall off the roof. So there's multiple ways you guys can anchor yourself when you're on the roof. You just really got to be safe about it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna get back to helping these guys and getting this project squared away. But let me just show you guys what this looks like. So when you got those bird spikes down, we're obviously gonna be following the roof line. So I don't know if Junior's a little crooked or if this roof line's a little crooked, but it's definitely not a straight line. No, but it's all good. So definitely the roof definitely, you know, the roof itself isn't going to be a straight line, but as long as you're in between these top tiles right here on every single one, that's all you need. All right, this roof would be secure from the pigeons. He's working on this one right here. What we always recommend and always do as well is we're gonna clean this. As you guys can see, there's poop right here on the sides, but this was bad, really bad. I mean, it was almost just white. You guys can also see the color of the tiles a little different. Why? Because we actually had to pressure wash this entire tile right here. We do that, one, so that the glue sticks to the tile, and then two, also so that way we can get that smell out of there. And that also helps with keeping the birds away. All right, so have a good one, everyone. If no one else has any last minute questions, comments, I appreciate all you guys. Will, thank you as well for watching. So for those of you who are watching later on, make sure you drop a comment, hit that like button, share this with someone that you may think find it helpful or useful. As always, Edgar with All One Solar Shine. What was it again? All right, Edgar with All One Solar Shine, and I'll be stating this from now on. We can definitely clean your grime. Well, clean your grime with All One Solar Shine. All right, I'm a fine tune that. That way we can definitely we can get that working. I wanna be like the bee, just constantly in your head. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.